Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to look over the Skar Audio SK 1500.1 Class D amplifier. Now this thing's pretty sweet. I have to admit I've never been a fan of Skar Audio. I got this one fairly cheap, so I figured I'd go ahead and try it out, see what they do. What I love about this thing is it has the zero gauge inputs for power and ground. A lot of the smaller amps usually don't. They have a 4 gauge, but I love that it has the 0 gauge on it. And then of course we have all the filters. We got the gain, subsonic, bass boost, low pass filter, and the phase. And it's also got where you can strap these amps together. And we have the input and output. Now it's a good looking amp overall. This one's a little beat up. I got it used. Like I said, it was fairly cheap, so figured I'd give it a shot. I mean, they're good looking amps, and I love that they do certified numbers. Certified is doing just over 1500 at 14 volts, and uncertified it does even more. Now for the price of them, they're not too bad. For a brand new one, you're looking at a couple $100. You can usually pick them up used for, anywhere from 100 to 150, depending on who you buy it from. In my case, I picked this one up real cheap. I bought it off of Let Go from a local, and I met up with him, and we did a little demo, and he ended up coming down on the price for me, which I got a real good deal on it. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I paid for it, but just know it was a real good deal. In my case, I put this on a couple XP3000 excess power batteries, and this thing performed real well. I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up once more on a SoundCube HDC315 and see how well it pushes it, and it should sound pretty sweet. But I mean, just looking over this thing, it looks good, and it's got the power for somewhat of a budget, I guess you could say. You're spending a couple $100 and you're getting a decent amp. The inside of this thing is somewhat comparable to the SoundCube 1200 watt amp. It's just a little bit more beefed up, but I mean, all in all, it's pretty similar. They do, close to the same watts. SoundCube is underpowered on their ratings for their 1200.1, and I mean, comparing them both together, these are right at the same line. If you've never tried out Skar Audio, I am here to tell you, give it a shot. Check them out and see what it does for you. I was impressed. I use a lot of Sundown and SoundCube, and every once in a while I'll go off and buy something else that's not a name brand, or not a high rated brand. Skar Audio has been, I guess, low rated here for a while. This is one of the first amps that they came out with, and it's one of the beefiest amps that they put out for a 1500 watt amp. Go ahead and head over to the Skar website, check them out, check out their products, and give it a shot. See what it does for you. It's highly recommended for me as far as their amps, and I will be looking for a sub to give it a shot as well. Go check them out, skaraudio.com.